Okay, we're going to test and see if you can hear this.
I'm 1,000 pieces, still standing tall, a voice in the chaos. I've lived it all. I'm a wife on a murder, a friend in the night, holding a broken, still holding the light. Shells in your pocket, dreams in my hands, building something they don't understand. The crafter of hope from shattered days, finding my strength in a million ways. They don't see the tears fall down in the shower. They don't know the pain behind the power. They only see me when I'm shining bright, not the battles I fight every night. But still I rise through the fire they made, through the hate, through the words they threw in my face. I'm still here, I'm still strong. This is where I belong. Molly ramblings in my name. I built this story through the pain. Every rebel that stayed by my side.
You're the reason I survive.
Still I stand with a broken heart and steady hands. They try to tear me down piece by piece, like I don't deserve a moment of peace. Was it just cause I didn't fit the mold? So they threw their stones and turned so cold. There are things I'll never say out loud, the kind of pain that don't need a crowd. But I carry it deep where the silence lives, and still find a way to give and give. And I smile when I go live, and I'm okay. They don't see the price I pay. Missing you with every breath I take. My sweet boy, my heart's still break. But still I rose for the fire they made, through the hate, through the walls they threw in my face. I'm still here, I'm still strong. This is
Where I belong.
Mommy ramblings, this is me. Every life still chasing dreams. Every ramble that never walked away. You're the light that got me through the grave. Still I rise, still up there, with your memory in my hand. God, you carried me when I was weak, when I couldn't stand, you lifted me. More times than I could ever say. You made a way, you made a way. And I've got dreams that won't let go. A foundation built from love I know. For my soul and for the words we played. I'll turn my loss into something I've been made. Yeah, I rise, now I'm stronger than before. Every scar just opened up a door. I'm still here, hear me now. I won't break, I won't bow. Mommy rambling, loud and clear. This is my voice, this is my year. Every rebel, every heart, you've been with me from the start. Still I rise, still I fight, turning darkness into light.
I'm still your mom, and I built something beautiful from all this pain.
Okay. Okay. So, hello. There we go. We fixed our sound. Okay. So that's great. And let me see where you guys are. You said you didn't get redirected, Heart? Did anybody get redirected? You should have got redirected. I put a redirection on. Did anybody get redirected? Hi, Jet Setup. Okay. So Jet Setup, just so you know, I'll give you a little background, okay, on this case. So this woman was born in Pennsylvania. And she has a brother and a sister. Her parents then split up, And for some reason, she started to use like over 20 aliases. And anyway, she ended up in Yulee, Florida, which is close to St. Augustine and Fernand. What is it? Fernandino or Ferdinandino? Something beach. It's like Ferdinand. At a Tangles Hair Salon. And she only worked there for a few months. But a woman named Joleen had worked there for many years. Well, what happened is she was known as Jennifer, what was the other? Seibert. But that wasn't her real name. Her real name is Kimberly Kessler. But in between, she had about 20 other aliases. For whatever reason, and this is why I think people think this is not the first time she killed, because some people had to find out who she was prior, right? But it was the night before Mother's Day in 2018, and she ended up killing Joleen. And it was Jolene's birthday the next day as well. So it was not just Mother's Day. It was, she was going to Joanne. She was getting mason jars. Her little boys were going to make presents for their grandmothers and everything. And yeah, this is Joleen with the blonde hair. And this, her with the scratches over here, is Kimberly Kessler. And this is the Tangles Hair Salon. And we've been going through a lot of the discovery, a lot of the interviews. This is part 5. Now, in this video description, you can see the link for the playlist if you want to catch up on parts 1 through 4, because we went through a lot of this. And we listened to our high school friends on the phone, and we listened to a doctor from the Mayo Clinic who she rented a room from, an apartment from, and he just said how bizarre and what was the word he used? Bizarre and something else her behavior was. So let's see what else we have to look through here. We went through Emily Riddle. So there's some Planet Fitness stuff here. Let me see what we've got here. I think this, I'm just going to mute this for a second because this would be, let's see, is that her right there at the desk? Trying to see what they, because she was living in her car and she was, oh, no, there she is. She was using, here she comes, the Planet Fitness to shower. Now, this is, okay, 5:14. So this was after she killed Joleen. This is after she killed her. And we've got lots of different surveillance in here from, I'm just going to go through some of it here until we see if we see her again going out. Look at that time. This is 11. This is he's mopping the floor. She made it out yet? I didn't see her, but I've got lots of different clips. So what time did she come in there? She came in at 11:03 p.m., okay? On the 14th. Now, let me go to the next clip here. This is 12 on the, would be that same, it turned to the next day. Let's see if we see her get out of here yet. So she's been in there an hour and a half. Is she working out too? And what time is she going to go out to her car? That's her. Hold the phone. Is that her? This girl looks so different all the time, doesn't she? But where'd she come from? No, that's her. Hold on. Here she comes. Let me see. Here she comes. Okay, now she's got a big backpack. Bye! But is that her that comes back in after? Let's look at those shoes. Now we know what shoes she's wearing. She goes out. That's 12:30, so she was there like an hour and a half. And then let's see when that other lady comes in that kind of looks like her. No, she's got different shoes. Okay, that's a different lady. Okay, let me go to the next clip. This is 5:16 at 8 a.m. She gets arrested on the 18th. She had a very big coat on for Florida in May, didn't she? Now where are we at? We're still at 8 something a.m. I didn't see her going in there on this one, unless that's her over there. No, that's not her. If I had more time, I could make all these people talk for you. Right, on that one, I don't see her going. But this is 8 in the morning. I just don't picture her at the gym that early. I just don't. Okay, let me go to the next clip. Planet Fitness. Oh, hold on a minute. Let's go to this one. Okay. $5:15. Okay, but she didn't come in at 1 a.m., right? So there's a kid sitting over here. Oh, there I see somebody all in black. Every time I see somebody all... There she is. She's got to be her. Hold on. Yeah, see, I can pick her out. Bye! That's what we saw. It's just the other angle. See you later. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This is 5:15, 12 a.m. I think this clock is set up wrong because on the other one it's 11. So here she's going to come right here. Hi! See those scratches on your face, honey? See, look how she's Florida, you know? I mean, okay. All right, let's go to the next. This is 5:16. I'm not really seeing her in that one. All right, let's go to the next one. 5:16 at 9. Get off my Layla. Get off. Let's see her there. Okay, let's go now. The Planet Fitness locker room. This is May 16th at 12. So she had to go down here, right? The locker room. Hold on, let me get this. Oh, there she is, there she is. Hold on. Here she comes. Come on. Just killed someone not long ago. Okay, she went down. Let's see if we see her when she gets out of here, right? Next, I got another locker room one. $516. All these people never thought they'd be, in a crime scene kind of thing, right? I don't think she was there at this time. Okay, and then we have one more here. This is 516 at 10. Is that her? That's not her. That's the one I thought was her. Kind of looks like her, but... Okay, now we have Ronald Stafford's interview. He is the guy that owns that golf and tennis club where she went to buy the zip ties. So let's listen to what he says.
In the corner where the electronics are, and have a bunch of rods. I looked over and I saw this heavy girl with long black hair, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's the girl who cut my hair, and she recognized it too, and I kind of nodded hello.
Oh, she cut his hair.
I let her ring her out. And Carol could tell that I knew the girl, but like I said, I didn't want to get, sorry.
I'm with you. I understand, and maybe I'll ask you a question or two about that conversation. Yeah. All right. The date
that's
is
interesting.
May 21st, 2018. The time is approximately 3:30.
He didn't want to let her to know that he knew her.
I am present at the residence. So would you state your name, sir?
Ronald Stafford.
And what is your address, Mr. Stafford?
13748 Chipperfield Lane, Jacksonville, Florida, 32226.
And Mr. Stafford, I'm recording this conversation. Do I have your permission to do so? All right. Mr. Stafford, where are you employed?
West Marine.
And what do you do for West Marine?
I'm assistant manager.
And how long have you been employed at West Marine?
Since November.
Of 2017?
2017.
Right.
The screen is black, guys. It's just an audio interview.
Earlier, you were indicating to me that about a month ago you got your hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sounds a lot like.
Okay.
And I apologize.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Where did you get your hair cut at that time?
At Tangles.
And do you recall the woman who cut your hair?
I remember who she is, yes. I do not know her name, though.
All right.
I don't think I got a card from her.
Lewis, it's black because this is an audio interview. There's no video. It's just an audio interview, okay? But I didn't know. I'll tell you something. We listened to the sales girl yesterday, and she was like, oh, maybe he just pointed it out. But see what he just said? You got to read between the lines. He said something about, I didn't want her to know that I knew her, and then they said, well, maybe we'll talk about that conversation. So I think there's more than just pointing out the zip ties. Let's listen to what he says. Hi, Mr. Wu. Hi, everybody that was here before, and those of you that are new in here, welcome, welcome. I hope hi, Matt, Ellie, whoever wasn't in, Sandra, Jen, Heart Made Wise. Where did our get a Tony, the one that said she really liked it here? Where'd she go? Did she not find us coming here? I don't know. She was full of a lot of nice compliments. Okay, B. Lady Lewis. Okay, ready? So let's listen to this. It's not long.
I do not believe I got a card from her. No.
Okay, can you tell me how you came to pick Tangles on that particular occasion?
I was trying to find a place to get my hair cut. I tried to go by another.
She's gonna sneeze.
I was trying to go by another place, and they were busy. And so I was just going, and it happened to be next to West Marine, so I figured I would do local business. I was trying to find a new place. I'm still looking for a place to get my hair cut. And
Had you ever gotten your hair cut at Tangles before?
I had not.
And never since.
Never since.
Right. The woman who cut your hair, could you describe her a little bit physically?
A little bit heavy, long black hair, that's what I can tell. She's dark hair, kind of heavy.
All right. And
Nice.
I've shown you a picture. You understand this is a missing person investigation.
Yes.
I showed you a picture of the missing person, Joleen Cummings. Was that her that cut your hair?
No.
All right. So it would have been whoever else was working there.
Yes.
All right.
I paid with a credit card when I got my hair cut.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Do you know which credit card that might have been?
Bank of America card.
And can you tell me just the last 4 digits of that? If you.
I can. That would be 9162.
And you recall that was approximately a month ago.
Yes.
All right. While you were getting your hair cut, do you recall anything that you and she talked about and any mannerisms?
Yes, we talked about that I had my West Marine shirt on, so she told her I worked at West Marine, and she said she liked West Marine. That was one of her favorite stores. And that she told me about a boating incident where she brought a boat down to the Caribbean somewhere and almost died. I don't know if it almost sunk or caught fire or what the deal was, but she made it sound as if the guy they were trying to make some money by bringing the boat down there or something, and it sounded kind of a strange story. She didn't go into too many details on it, which kind of made me think that there's something weird about it. But other than that, we talked about that, and she found out I used to guide hunting trips, and she told me about, wanting to catch snakes and make snake wallets, snakeskin wallets and stuff.
What?
Which, was kind of a strange thing to come up with, but
That's weird.
that's what, she came up with.
Did she say something about going into business?
Oh, she wondered if I wanted to partner with her and catch snakes, and I'm like, no. I don't want to go down to the Keys
Oh my
and catch
gosh.
snakes in the Everglades.
Oh my gosh.
Did you find that whole interchange a little bit unusual?
Yes. In all honesty, when you get your hair cut, you just talk about random goofy stuff, and it was just, you're just making talk while you're getting your hair cut. And so, other than that, it just seemed kind of strange. The boat trip seemed really strange, but other than that, that's the thing that really got me is, what was the whole story of them bringing the boat down there?
Yes, sir. You think you'd recognize her if you saw her again?
Yes.
Did you ever see her again?
I did when she came into West Marine, and I can't remember if it's Saturday or Sunday,
Where's my
but
bingo?
and the exact date, but it was just before the other girl went missing, and I was over by the electronic.
Lewis, she said to him some story about bringing a boat down. So, hi, Two Scooter. I didn't see you before. I saw somebody say hello to you, and I didn't see you. Thought you blocked me. Something about bringing a boat down somewhere which she thought was really interesting, but then she wanted to catch snakes to make snake skin wallets. And she wanted him to partner with her to catch snakes to make snake skin wallets.
In the fishing department, and I looked over and saw her standing at the counter, and I made my way back by there, and the other girls ringing her up. I nodded, hello, how you doing? And that's kind of it, and did not really talk to her much.
Did you see what she was buying?
The zip ties.
Right.
And
When you say the other girl was ringing her
Carol.
up. Okay, would that be Carol Anderson?
Yeah, Carol Anderson.
And West Marine has a inventory system that presumptively would help us pin
Yes.
down the date.
Yes.
Right. Did you have any real conversation with her?
That day, no. That day, no, but she just had this little sheepish grin on her face, and it just struck me as peculiar.
That she was buying zip ties?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if she came in there to see if I needed another haircut or what the deal was, but it just, like I said, it kind of spooked me.
Right.
So.
And did you later relate to Chad Hoff, that's the
Yes.
girl that worked at
Yes,
Tangles?
and I also related that to Carol, that was a girl that cut my hair.
All right. Because we were curious as to how that connection was made, and that was you that made the connection.
I made the connection, and in honesty, it really started when we first found out that the girl was missing. I made a comment and said, the other one came in and got zip ties the other day, which is kind of strange. And we kind of went, that's not good. And then, like I said, and so it just, like I said, I'm sorry, but my little spider hairs, whatever you want to call it, because it just kind of made me wonder, why was she buying zip ties?
All right, so basically, when you say spider hairs, you're talking about the
Yeah.
goosebumps.
Yeah, it kind of, shit, yeah.
Spidey
Seems
senses.
strange to
It
me.
seems strange.
All right, Mr. Stafford, do you have anything that I haven't asked you about that you can recall?
No,
You never seen her again,
no,
but you think that you would recognize her if I
yes.
presented you with a photo array?
hmm Especially if her hair was down, because she has really long black hair.
All right, and that concludes this interview. The time is approximately 3:45. Thank you, Mr. Stafford.
Okay, it's so weird that such a small, exchange, and then she did his hair and went back into the store. And I wonder if Joleen had never been missing or anything, if he would think that was as strange as he does now, I wonder. Now, Sandy Pastor, do you remember who Sandy Pastor was?
Good afternoon. This is Detective Don Brewer from Nassau County Sheriff's Office.
Hello, Detective. I was contacted by Sandra, and I give readings online. I helped with, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 people, and so far I haven't been wrong. So if I'm not wasting your time, I'll give you the information that I got.
Okay, this lady asked me gave me your number. It's in reference to a missing person, a white female, Jacqueline.
Right.
Joleen.
And she had contacted me prior to that,
It was Joleen.
prior to giving my number to you and asking if I had any information, like if I picked up anything in a reading.
Right.
So I'd be clear about that. A lot of people don't, hold water to what I do. They don't really, I just don't want to waste your time. But what I was telling her, I was talking to my other friend, which is very gifted herself. And what we were getting is that I felt very hot, like I felt maybe she was in a trunk or something. And she saw cars, so we're thinking maybe like a lot or something. But the car looks old to me. I don't know if that's important. I did feel like she was living, but I don't know after today. It's pretty freaking hot to be in the trunk, I do feel like I was beaten up. I feel like my collarbone is probably broken, and then my leg was hurting. I don't really feel like the nephew is involved, to be honest. I do feel like he's abusive. I do feel like he has a substance abuse problem. I feel like he's probably put his hands on her before, but I don't
Hi,
think
Margaret.
he did this. He was saying that her ears were hurting, so it was probably like something to do with like maybe a head injury. Trying to figure out what else did I say. She feels like he
What,
felt like she was.
what area is this? What area is this? What kind of location is this vehicle supposed to be in? Do you know?
I just feel like it's like old, like an old place, or like it. The car looks old, like I'm saying like 80s, 90s, like it's an old car, and I can see like 3 other cars, and it looks like there's gravel, and I see a building that looks old too. If anything, it may be like an old parking lot or something, maybe someone stores cars by. Could potentially be a parking lot. I don't know, I wish I could see more. I could just see the gravel and the car, like the grass is growing up on the car tires. So another car's been sitting there for a while, and then like the 3 other cars, or the total of 3 cars, 1 on each side of the car that she's in. I keep seeing like a weird orange thing. I don't know what the orange thing is. Like it looks like a handle. I wish I could be more help. I really do. There was a little girl that was missing before, and I said that she was in water and actually found her in water. So I know what I'm talking about. It's just I only get limited stuff. And I asked her to send me like maps of the area, and she sent me like where the trailer was, but I don't feel like she's in a trailer. I feel like she's in something confined, like a trunk. And it feels, like I said, it feels like metal. I feel hot, like I'm burning.
Okay. Is there any other information you can give me that would narrow down a possible location?
I just see a back road. It's off by itself. And she's further. She's not near where she lives. She's further out. I would say they have to be like 15. I know you guys are going to find her.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they didn't, so that doesn't pan out.
I just don't think you'll find her alive. And like I told her, like God is capable of anything. Let's pray that she just ran off and she's coming back. But I haven't been wrong before. So.
She hasn't been wrong. You just were wrong
Okay,
now
take
because
this
you
number
said
down
you'd find her.
that I called you on, so if you feel like you have any other information, you can call back.
She
and
only
leave
mentioned one other
me a
case she
detailed
was
message,
writing.
okay?
All right, and let me get a pen, and I'll tell Kelly too as well. And I really, as much as I want to blame him because I know he's abusive, I really don't think he did. And I'm not just saying that because she's
As much as she wants to blame him.
Just with dealing with what I feel you'd be going in the wrong direction if you look at him.
Well, ma'am, we're not a judge and jury. We just collect the facts and the evidence.
Yes, absolutely, I understand. Let me text it to myself.
Let me know when you're ready.
Sorry, 1 second. I don't know what that keeps saying. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. 5, you understand my feelings for her.
All right, thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry I'm not of much help, but if nothing else, if you do find her, maybe that'll help you like narrow it down. I don't know.
Well, we certainly appreciate what you shared with us, and keep that young lady in your prayers.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a bunch of people praying that she just comes back and I'm wrong. That's what I want. So I want y'all to call me back and be like, you're stupid, because that never happened.
That would be fine with us if you understand my feelings for her.
All right, thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Sandy Pastor. Now, this, let's see, what is this one? Photos of the vehicle at the rest stop. We looked at that. Cybert witness interview. Let me just see what this is.
All right, today is May 19th, 2018. I'm present with, would you please state your name, sir? Were you employed on May 12th through 13th of this year, roughly a week ago?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what shift you work and how does that work?
I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 5 days a week. I'm off on Tuesdays and Fridays.
And do you keep your cab at home?
No, sir. I drive to the lot, which is located at Jasmine and 8th.
Oh, this has to be the cab driver
And I meet up with
that drove
the
her
day
back
driver
after she dropped
who is getting
Jolene's
out of
car
the
off at
van
Home
that I'm
Depot.
going to get into. And then at the end of my shift, I return to that lot to give it back to the day driver who's going to be driving it, and I get in my vehicle.
What the heck's
you
he doing?
basically- Day drivers and night drivers work 12-hour shifts?
Yes, sir.
And what do those shifts run? What time do you start and what time do you get off?
I start at 6 p.m. I get off at 6 a.m. The day driver starts at 6 a.m. and he gets off at 6 p.m.
So those vehicles are in use every single day, 24 hours a day?
Yes. Sometimes I'll be getting off and the day driver that I usually switch with may have that day off.
Yes.
And that van may not go again until I come back at 6 p.m. if nobody needs it. If somebody breaks down in their van, then that van can be used as a backup van. But a lot of times, the day driver will, on their day off, I don't have nobody to switch with. I just park the van at the lot and come back to work at 6 p.m. that day and jump back in the same van the way I left.
Okay. What are the requirements with regard to maintenance or service of the van at the end of the shift?
At the end of every shift, we have to top the gas tank back off full, and we have to vacuum the van if needed, and wash it if needed. If it's raining, we're not required to wash the van, obviously, because it's raining out.
All right.
But we always.
Wow,
vacuum
what are
the
they
inside.
doing?
So do you always vacuum at the end of the shift?
Yes.
Hi, Terry.
Did you do that on this particular shift at the end of your shift between the 12th and the 13th?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. I want to direct your attention to the early morning hours of May 13th.
May
which is a
13th, yeah.
Sunday, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, Jolene's
You
birthday.
recall picking up the fare at the gate station in Yulee and dropping that fare off near the Woody's or Any Kind of Fitness in Yulee.
Yes, sir.
About how far are those two locations from one another?
I would guess maybe a third of a mile,
And what would a normal fare be for that?
$10.
Now, you actually rent the cab by mile, is that correct? 45
sir.
cents a mile, you told me?
45 cents a mile for every mile you put on the vehicle.
All right. And on this particular night shift, do you recall what your preceding call was or fare was and where you were when you got this call? That's kind of a compound question, but tell me about the fare before that.
I had been given a pickup out in Yulee. I believe it was at the Super Walmart. I got there and they were a no-show. And that's why when this second call came in that I picked up at the gate station, my dispatcher made them prepay on a credit card so that I wouldn't get stiffed for the miles. And basically prepaid $20 on a credit card for a half a mile ride.
Okay. And so you got stiffed on the previous call. Do you still have to pay the 45 cents a mile?
Yeah.
And so where did you go then?
I went back to Fernan. I went back to the island, and I usually post up at the Flash at Sadler and 8th.
So that's the preceding fare where you got stiffed. After that, you went to the Flash News at Stafford.
Yes, sir.
Who was the dispatcher that night? Do you recall?
Sheila Johnson, the owner of the company.
All right. And did Sheila?
Hi, Jennifer Hill. Good to see you. We're doing good. Thanks for coming in. Long time no see. B Lady, they have the video surveillance of Jennifer, Kimberly Kessler driving Joleen's car. That's why she was arrested. That's what they initially arrested her on, is grand theft auto.
Then dispatch you to the call at the gate station.
Yes, sir.
And your recollection is that was a prepay, and it was with a credit card, and she required them to pay $20 on the credit card.
Yes, sir.
And you have showed me beforehand, but it shows that when you cleared that call, she provided you the credit card number, which you used as a credit instead of having to pay at the end of the night, correct?
Yes, sir.
And was that the message where?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Looking at a screenshot of that. Well, bottom line, you showed me the screenshot, and I took a picture of it, and that's when you cleared the call at 1:51.
Right.
Tell me about picking up the figure. You drive from the island over to where?
To the gate station.
What do you find when you get there?
I did not see anybody standing outside waiting on a ride. I was about to call my dispatcher and tell them that I didn't see the person and ask them to call them and let them know that I was there to pick them up. And right before I was getting ready to make that call, an individual got out of I think a silver minivan that was parked in front of the gate.
Oh,
And they waved to me, and they came over to my van and got into the passenger side of my van.
all right. Now, what do you recall about that person? Was it a male, female?
It was a female. She was dressed in like a black workout outfit. She had black hair, had it up in a bun on her head, and she was just a very nice, kind of bubbly, attractive lady. She didn't appear to have a purse or anything with her.
Okay, so she appeared to be empty-handed in the sense of not having a carry or clutch or a backpack or anything like that.
Yes, sir.
All right. You couldn't see whether or not she had anything in her pockets, I take it. All right, and I want to show you a picture of an individual and ask you if you recognize that picture.
Yes, sir. That is the person that I picked up.
All right, and I'm going to have you just sign your name and date at the back of that for me, please. Actually, do it all this one here. We'll just do the front of that. Do you recall if that person told you their name?
I think they might have, and I just don't remember what she said her name was.
All right. Individual, now, what sort of vehicle is your cab?
It's a white Dodge minivan.
Do you know what the number of it, the unit is?
Yes, it's unit number 5.
And did she get in the back? Did she get in the front? Where did she get in?
She got in the passenger side front.
And after introducing herself to her, and whatever she told you her name was, what was the next thing you said to her?
She was asking me if I was a born-again Christian and if I ever received Jesus Christ in my heart, and I said yes, and she asked me if I go to church, and I told her no, I don't go to church. I work, a lot of hours, and Sunday, I get off work and I go to sleep because I've been working 12 hours. I told her that, I don't go to church. I haven't been in church for a while, but, I still pray when I need to pray or whatever. She was like accepting to that and told me maybe we could go to church together sometime. And I gave her my phone number.
Did she ever call you?
No.
Well, let me go back. When she first got into the van after the introductions, Did you ask her anything about the van that she got out of, or the vehicle she got out of?
No, I kind of asked her why those people didn't give her a ride a half a mile down the road. And she simply said that they didn't have the gas.
And did you find that?
I found that kind of odd because if a person's prepaying $20 on a credit card for a half a mile ride, they should be able to give somebody some gas, $5 worth of gas, and get a ride, you know? It was very odd.
All right, did she tell you anything about why her friends and she were out or anything like that?
No, she didn't say anything about it.
Right, so you give her this ride, you have the conversation about whether or not you go to church and whether you're born again. Did she ask you anything about family or anything?
Yeah, she asked me if I had any children, and I told her no, I've never been married, never had any children. And
Then she suggested maybe you guys could go to church.
yes,
All right, where did you take her?
I took her to a vehicle parked in the parking lot beside Woody's.
And do you recall what that vehicle looked like?
I think it was like a black,
Kia Soul.
maybe Infinity or something. I'm pretty sure it was a car, and I'm pretty sure it was black.
When you say it could be, are you saying like it could be like an SUV or something?
I want to think that it was a car, but I'm not 100% positive.
Or it could have been like a crossover type vehicle.
Maybe, yeah.
You'd given her your number at that point in time. Do you recall where exactly in the parking lot it was parked? Was it down by?
It was like on the lot, in the lot on the side of Woody's.
Okay, so it's not like out in front of the shopping center.
No, it was
It's
on
more
the side,
to the side.
where the drive-through is.
I got you. And did you see her get in the vehicle?
I think she was getting in the vehicle when I drove off. I'm pretty sure.
Which way did you go? Did you go out?
I came out of O'Neill and turned left on State Road 200 and came back to Fernandina on the island.
Did you see which way she actually went? Or
No,
where
I didn't. She told me she was going to Anytime Fitness to continue to work out.
I got you. Now, did you notice anything other than she was like in a black workout outfit? When you say that, you're talking about black stretchy pants?
Yes,
You know, what color top? Black?
a black pullover top.
All right. You notice anything about her footwear?
No, I didn't really look at her feet.
Okay.
What about her face?
And you did clean your vehicle out at the end of the shift, and now a week later, presumptively, it's been cleaned at the
A
end
few
of the
times.
2 times a day. It should be, correct?
Yes.
Did she leave anything in your vehicle?
No, sir.
Other than you giving her your number, any items or anything exchange hands? You didn't even take
No.
any cash from her?
No.
Okay, at this point in time, I'm not gonna ask you any other questions. I've got your contact information, and I appreciate your time. Do you have anything that we haven't talked about that you recall about this incident?
No, sir.
All right, good enough. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay, so that's the Uber driver that transported her after she picked up Joleen's car. Now there's the guy at the shop, this guy. He has the extra key that she goes to get.
Hello? Hi.
Hello?
Let me step outside to hear.
Hi, Loki.
Yes, sir. This is Detective Rose. I work with, let me go outside. I'm at home right now. I work at the Nassau County Sheriff's Office over in, it's between Florida and Georgia. It's right there, I'm sorry, between Jacksonville and Georgia in Florida. And so I spoke to your wife or ex-wife, soon to be, and she said that you were married to a Melissa McKernan. Is that right?
That was.
Okay, we have her in our jail right now. Right now we've only charged her with the grand theft auto, but she is our prime suspect for a girl that's missing.
Okay, this is not the guy that she got the key from. This is It says Xylon Lozy. Remember she used that name? Lousy. Okay, so she was married to this guy?
And we don't believe that she's alive right now. I just need to see what can you tell me about her when you were married, if y'all had any kids, what her behaviors were. 'Cause I know they're going to probably be pretty far out there.
She came and saw me, years after we broke up, like 2 years after we broke up, and she said she needed to update her real estate license.
Okay.
And then we got together then, and, Tyler was like, oh, we should get together and stuff, and then we got pieces of that. And then she called.
These guys mumble. These are mumbling, and it's so loud. Let me lower. I've got to lower this a little more.
When were y'all married? When did y'all get married?
Oh, God. In 2000. We met in 2000. She was long gone by then. I was going through a case with the marshals, the FBI, and she was involved in that.
What kind of case was that?
I involved the kid.
Okay.
And that's when she met me. And she met me after, like, when the FBI was looking for me. And they caught us together.
Was she going by Melissa?
She was going by Kimberly. That's what confused me before I got my life on my gun backwards. She was going by Kimberly. I knew it was Kimberly. And then the FBI agents came in the room, the interrogation room, and said, did you know that she was Melissa?
Oh my gosh, this is horrible.
18, and Kimberly was supposed to be 25. And that's about the age I was. So let's say 20 years ago this was.
So when the FBI came to interview her, they told you, no, her name's not Kimberly, it's Melissa McKernan?
They told me, yeah, exactly. That's the way I remember it. But again, this was 20 years ago, and this gets backwards on my part, too.
Okay, I understand.
Oh my gosh.
So,
it's ridiculous.
And what?
Yeah, and that's the way I remember it. That she was Melissa McKernan. She was 18, about 20 years ago, so she's like 38, to be honest right now.
She's like 52.
She's like 52.
She's like 52.
Yes.
This is way off.
Okay, I think this is not. I think she probably stole his wife's identity. I don't think he was married to her, because if you listen to the age he says, it's way off. I don't think he was married to her.
45, she was way younger. Well, I'm trying to just go off memory right now.
What did Melissa say?
She said she was from Pennsylvania.
Yes.
She said she was a runaway from Pennsylvania, and then she was a dancer. If that helps.
Okay. And what year did you meet her?
Like I said, I can't really remember. I was 20, 21, 22,
I'm gonna see.
22.
Not under Melissa McKernan. It's going to be under Jennifer.
Okay, I can't even. I'm going to see if I can find the transcript for this, because I can't even deal with that. That's ridiculous. This woman is taking the call out. Oh my gosh. Let's go to the transcript for that. Lousy. That is lousy. Let's pull up the transcript on that one. That is crazy. Here's where she brought Joleen's car to the Home Depot. It says The ViStar video shows on Sunday, May 13th at 1:17 hours, Jolene's vehicle pull into the parking lot of the Home Depot and park. Surveillance shows a person dressed in dark, apparently all black clothing, walking away from the vehicle towards the Gate gas station. That's where she got the Uber from. Okay? At this time of night or morning, this would have been the only business open in the shopping plaza other than a fast food restaurant drive-through window. After viewing the surveillance, Detective Murdoch and Detective Beasley, his wife is a real doll, went to the Gate gas station and obtained video surveillance for the hours of 100 hours to 200 hours on Sunday. The video surveillance shows the person dressed in black walking up to the front entrance of the gas station approximately 1 minute after walking away from Jolene's vehicle. The video surveillance shows the person speaking to the Gate gas station clerk outside of the business and then entering the business, purchasing a bottle of water. Video surveillance shows a debit or credit card is used to purchase the bottle of water. The person is clothed in all black to include shiny military-style boots. The video surveillance is of good quality, and the person in the video appears to be Jolene's co-worker, Jennifer Seibert. The video shows the person exiting the Gate gas station and entering a small van. That was the guy we just talked to or heard from, which leaves the business. Detective Kelly sent a search warrant for historical cellular data from Jolene's cell phone. Okay, and then they made contact with the Home Depot, right? All right. Let's see where they call this guy that we're trying to listen to is just so ridiculous. This is where they had the hair salon, all the blood and the luminol. I showed you the pictures of all of this, okay? They got the arrest warrant. Okay, and this is advanced disposal via phone. The names and phone numbers. See, this is for the employee who drives the garbage truck and empties the dumpsters. Gus Stern and the truck number, right? They were able to determine the dumpsters were emptied on May 14th, and the driver emptied the truck 2 times at the Chester landfill in Folkestone, Georgia. Mr. Isham agreed to isolate the area of the Chester landfill where Mr. Stern emptied his garbage truck in case the area needed to be searched at a later date. Okay, and this is... I'm just trying to get to this guy's interview because I don't think he was married to her. I think she stole the identity of whoever he really was married to. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so Miss Pennington, these were the people we heard from the jail, right? Oh, okay, so then we got to them, so we'll be getting to this guy in a minute. The Dodge cab driver that we just heard from, this is the transcript of what he said. We just heard about that. Detective Beasley. Let's see, because it was Rose that called. Okay, man with hunting humans. What the heck? DVD charged with murder after. What was this about? Hold on. On 5/20/2018, Detective Rose received the phone examination for Jennifer Seibert's phone. Oh, this is her history. Listen to this. It contained multiple page searches in reference to Joleen Cummings being missing, along with several searches in reference to autopsy murder cases and female Florida murderers. Look at this. On April 30th, this is before, man with hunting humans DVD charged with murder after co-worker's remains found in yard. On April 30th, co-worker guilty of murder, missing person's body not found. Okay. On May 4th, this is all before the murder, injecting advice how to use a tourniquet. 5/8, Murderpedia, Victimpedia, list of female murderers by country, Florida female murderers and autopsy. That was May 8th. May 8th, post-mortem changes, e-medicine. Okay, then the murder happened. She had to replace that palm tree in the thing. She looked up indoor palm, variation palm tree. Then she put in, 2 days later, Joleen Cummings, I have vanished. Then she looked for no body, no crime. Who else said that? Patrick Frazee. Then she looked up on 5/16 mydeathspace.com. At approximately 900 hours, they had a cadaver K9 go to search the area behind Tangles where Jennifer Seibert's storage unit is located. The results were negative. Okay, Dick's Wings. Let's see. The next significant event was at 22:13 hours real time when the advanced disposal truck driven by Gus Stern dumps the garbage bin behind Dick's Wings restaurant. Okay, let's see. Here, the Fernandina Beach. Jim and Vicky, that's the owners of the salon. Okay. Jeremy Bynum, the assistant manager at Woody's. Okay. Detective Douglas West Marine. Chad Hoff, the assistant manager. We talked about this. It's Carol. Amelia Island Beach Patrol. Negative results. West Marine. Mr. Hoff. Okay, Mark. Carol. Okay, we got that part of. We got the West Marine people. Now we just need to get this guy because we cannot listen to him. And it sounds, I want to know if he was married to her, because I don't think he was. Telephone call. Her bank account. Okay, Amelia Plaza. Let's see here. Detective Beasley. Crime scene detective. Process the rules. Quitted. Randy Turpin. Okay, here's the black giant bicycle that we saw. The white Yeti cooler. She had a Yeti cooler. Where'd she have all this stuff from? Specialized bike helmet. She had the giant bicycle, and that's the brand, not a just giant. I wonder if she found out like she had stole this stuff. I don't know, because she had cell phones, brown and blonde curly wigs, brown long wig, black and gray motorcycle cover. Phone records. Detective Rose went to Kohl's. The store is an area on her phones that she frequented. Detective Rose observed video surveillance. She went to Great Clips Salon. Okay, Detective Rose Extreme Car Wash. The video surveillance shows Ms. Siebert placed an unknown item in the trash receptacle. Now we have those videos, so she was throwing trash over there. A search of the trash receptacle was located. Okay. Where is her interview with that guy? That Ms. Siebert would come to the center, not work out, and stay in the handicapped restroom for the majority of his 3-hour shift. He indicated that when he and Ashton Flores, the desk attendant, would check on Miss Siebert, she would become enraged, yell at them, and demand that she be provided a copy of the cleaning scheduled times. Why would she stay so long in the stall? Oh, look at this. Here's another thing she did over there in the, they spoke with a Mrs. Lane who was familiar with Jennifer Seibert and stated that although Ms. Seibert was initially friendly, as time went on, there were several strange incidents with other members, as it appeared that some members were actually afraid of her. Mrs. Lane stated that on one occasion she observed Ms. Seibert yelling and pointing her finger at a male member in the cycling area. Mrs. Lane stated when she asked the male member what was going on, he replied, "She's crazy." Mrs. Lane stated on another occasion a female member was in the locker room and asked Miss Seibert if she was hot wearing all black clothing, and Miss Seibert went off on her. Mrs. Lane advised that members rent lockers and no one is authorized to place a lock on a locker without paying rental. Mrs. Lane checked the assigned locker list and removed unauthorized locks from 2 lockers, 45 and 65, in the female locker room. Nothing of relevance was found in either locker. Mrs. Lane stated that another detective had been in earlier in the week requesting a user log, but that has to come from the Business Computer Access Center in Colorado, and she was still working on that. Mrs. Lane noted that the swipe card on the front door is utilized for after-hour access, and there's a barcode reader on the front desk that members use when an attendant is on duty. Mrs. Lane candidly admitted that a member can bypass the scanner if they simply walk past the desk. Oh, look at this. At 15:05 hours, Detective Beasley met with Nassau Health Food employee Emma Austin. Ms. Austin indicated she was terrified of Jennifer Seibert. Ms. Austin stated when Ms. Seibert would come into the business, she was very mean and rude to her. Ms. Austin advised Ms. Seibert came into the business on May 16th to make a purchase. Ms. Austin indicated she rang Ms. Seibert's purchase up on the cash register at 8:43 hours. Ms. Austin stated on this day, instead of being rude, Ms. Seibert was unusually friendly. Ms. Austin stated she had never seen Ms. Seibert with a wig or makeup on, but on this day she was wearing a big puffy wig. She had makeup caked on her face, and she had a bandage on her cheek. Ms. Austin advised Ms. Siebert, told her the bandage was because she had an out-of-control zit. Ms. Austin advised Ms. Siebert purchased her normal aloe juice and sat at the window looking outside like she normally does. Ms. Austin indicated Ms. Siebert is a regular customer, but she is afraid to engage with her because her behavior is not normal. Ms. Austin stated on one occasion Ms. Siebert came into the business with her hair down. Ms. Austin advised, she stated to Ms. Siebert, "Oh, Jennifer, you have such long, pretty hair." Ms. Austin stated that Ms. Siebert replied by yelling, "Don't touch me!" Ms. Austin provided Detective Beasley a written statement. Wow. Okay. Okay, here is, this is the one that she was making inappropriate jokes with. Let's see, Randy Turpin. Detective Douglas, we just get to that interview, right? Dickie Simmons obtained screenshots of 3 pages of messages with Joleen. The messages were sent by Joleen in the days prior to her disappearance. Okay. Let me see here. Gift certificate. Subpoena for the library records of Jennifer Siebert. Let's see. Daniel Sawyer. I do have Mr. Sawyer's interview. Kitchen manager Thomas Gibson. Jim Simmons. Okay, Four Seasons Bistro. Amvet's clothing and shoe donation van located in the Home Depot. Okay. Check the bin. Did not observe anything suspicious. Alrighty. Where's that telephone call? Detective Rose went by Planet Fitness. Okay, Detective Rose obtained additional video surveillance of Jennifer entering Planet Fitness. Okay, at 5:16, 9:36, shows she walks to a side counter where she places a small bag on the counter and the backpack on the floor. Then she leaves the area, enters the locker room, and then she exits wearing a black sleeveless shirt. So let's look at that. We have to look at that. That was 5:16 at 9:36. So let me see if this is 5:16. Let's see. Oh, no, 5:15. Let's see. 5:6. No, we need the other one. 5:16 at 9:36. Okay, 9:36. Is her coming in? That's her black sleeveless shirt, the backpack. She puts that there. How's she doing? Okay. And then he said she when did she exit? There she goes. Right there. Okay, let's go back to the papers. Detective Rose made contact with Tom Sims. Okay, that's not who we want. Boyfriend of, okay, Keith McLeod, who's a former boyfriend. I wonder, how could it be court sealed if we have, I don't think that's him though. It just says, all right, let's see. So bad that Ashley, Nunnally, and Chrissy Osgood, we heard them from them. They were the ones that had all the dogs. 2 socks obtained from Jennifer Seiberts. Let's see. Molly Cash, who's incarcerated at the Duval. I think we heard from her. That was that lady that was on the couch. Oh, wait a minute. Ms. Cash stayed. Oh, wait, I think I do have. She was enraged at her. Yeah, let's listen to Molly Cash. Maybe her interview sounds better. Let me see. I have hers here. I know I do. Hang on. And I have to get to that guy with the key. That was Xylon Lousy. I'll have to get him. Tanya Nelson. Molly Cash. I know I have Molly Cash. Jennifer Gallup, I have her too. I don't know who she is. Molly Cash, I know I have Molly Cash. Molly Cash. Molly Cash. Oh, we do. I think we did listen to Molly Cash. Because she was on that other thing. Okay, so we did have Molly Cash. That was 2 minutes. Okay. Ms. Morgan. She was positive the bin was not consistent with any of the bins they had. So we have to look for a lousy guy. L-O, Xylon Lozy. That's the interview we want. Xylon Lozy. Angela. Bobby Isham oversees the operation at Cheshire. About the trash. I heard his name before. We had him. "11 inmates, yes. West Marine. Ray Lane. Club 49 Fitness. She stated she was a temporary member of the club and she purchased 3 months worth of membership. She used the facility and she would email her PDF form if it could be figured out. Tanya Nelson, I have her. Who's she now? Let's see. She's the babysitter for Joleen. Okay. Jason J. Her ex did not state. Mr. Gardner. We need a Lozy guy. Lozy, where are you, Lozy? Michael Walden. Max at the Bio Reef Aquarium. Great Clips. Yulee Extreme Car Wash. Pastor Charlie. Oh, here, Amy Lousy, here. Okay, here, this is about Amy. Returned my phone call and stated that her ex-husband, Xylon, he was married to Melissa McKiernan over 20 years ago. She has heard several stories from Xylon about Melissa, such as she was a stripper in Arizona and she had a temper. So maybe she was married to him. Xylon once told Amy that Melissa got mad at him and stabbed him with scissors, which he may still have a scar from. Melissa, also mentioned to Xylon that she was pregnant and the baby was his. On another occasion, she contacted him stating that she was at an auto repair shop and needed approximately $1,000. When he arrived to help her, she said she wanted to drive the car to make sure it was working properly before paying. She never returned with the vehicle. Amy also stated that Xylon tattooed the name Melissa on his body, which he later had covered after they ended their relationship. Amy Lousy stated that she would make contact with Xylon and have him return my phone call. Okay, so let's get to him now. Tammy Ray Connor. Okay, what happened here? Charlene Sternad, who is currently incarcerated at the Duval County Detention Center, conducted a recorded interview. She stated that she's currently the roommate of Kimberly Kessler. She described Kessler as being concerned over anyone touching her belongings and her hair, always wanting to be the one to clean their room. Sternad advised that Kessler told her that she was kidnapped at 16 years of age and refers to her mother, Connie, as Mommy Dearest. She stated that Kessler told her that her mother would wear jeweled masks and go out at night. Her mother would also sell her to men. Kessler is very guarded over her hair and believes her mother would make voodoo dolls from her hair to punish her. Oh, well. Sternad stated that Kessler is very interested in mixing different types of ingredients and has told her that certain medications can cure poisoning. Kessler was very inquisitive about a Duval County inmate's case, Tammy Ray Connor, who was charged with murder. Kessler was interested in the precautions Tammy Connor took to hide the body. When told that the inmate used a lot of air fresheners, Kessler stated that the decomposition of the body would be too strong for air fresheners to hide. Sternad stated that she had observed Kessler angry on a few occasions, once with a female inmate, Nicole Lester, who attempted to clean up Kessler's area with a mop. Kessler was upset with Lester, and after a brief verbal confrontation ensued, Kessler stood in the doorway of her cell and placed both of her breasts into each hand. She began shaking them and told the inmate to step into the cell, referring to starting a fight. On another occasion, Kessler was upset because an inmate, Mary, took her food off of a tray which Kessler had placed it into the trash bin. Kessler told Sternad that she was going to start pissing on her own food before throwing it away so that she could sit back and watch her eat it. Kessler had inquired about using the jail iPad, but when she was told that the iPad had facial recognition, she stated that she will not use it. Sternad stated that she is only aware of Kessler getting one piece of mail from her mother, Connie Kessler, and the only visitors have been her attorney. Okay, so search warrants. Court records. So all the search warrants and everything. All the swabs they took of everything. I'm trying to find this guy, Losey, to see if he really was married to her. That's crazy. That's a good interview, and it's so bad that you can't hear him. It's just terrible. I wonder if I can try to put it into a mixer. Try to denoise it or something. I might be able to do something like that with one of my editing programs and try to put a denoiser on it. It's terrible. Is this all redacted over here? No, it's not all redacted. Okay. We went, but we went through this part. I remember we were looking at the stuff that was in there. Okay, let me go back to some of these other interviews here. Let's see what we have. Tanya Nelson. Who is that?
Everybody, so you know. Okay, it's not just you, so don't feel.
Today's date is May the 15th, 2018. I'm Detective Don Brewer, and my presence is Detective Charity Rose. Ma'am, for the record, if you would state your name.
Sure, Tanya Lee Nelson.
Ms. Nelson, if you would, just go ahead and in your own words, start from last Thursday.
Okay. I received a text from, I think it was a text to Joleen, from Joleen, and she said, DCF is going to be calling you. And I was like, what do you mean? You know, and we went back and forth, and she told me that she then called me because I was freaking out. I was like, why are you giving these people my name and number? I'm like, I have nothing to do with your issue. This is all on text and stuff. I said, I have nothing to do with this issue right here. Why did you give them my number? So she called me, and she's like, well, I gave them your name and number because you can account for the kind of mom I am, and because I see you, 3-4 times a week dropping, picking off the boys. And I'm like, this still really has nothing to do with me. And I told my mom, and because this is her home, so again, I'm having to talk to my mom. I'm like, a DCF lady either might be coming out here or calling, I don't know, and I told her, Jolene's boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. Well, that has nothing to do with us. And I was like, exactly, so I don't know. Well, to this day, she still hasn't called some DCF lady. Nobody has called me. So I said to Joleen, hey, we can get I know you don't work on Thursdays, but I can tell she's very, very, very stressed. Highly stressed. Constantly coming in scatterbrained. So I reached out to her and I said, if you ever want to go on a kid date and just hang out and talk, we can. Again, this is all on text. She said, thank you. I'm blessed you're in our lives. She's said that to me a few times. Yeah, I have a 6-month-old, so if you're hearing that. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we talked about on Thursday, is that the DCF lady was going to come, that she got in a huge fight and she's still shaking, and I asked her what happened and how it started. She said they woke up in a good mood and was fine, and then they started cooking. It was holy. There was holes in her story. So there really wasn't an excuse, more or less. They just got into a fight, and then he started throwing things at her. The boys were crying.
And who started throwing things?
Jason G. started throwing things at her, and the boys were crying. So that's when she told me she called the cops, and I said, do you need me to come get the boys? This was again Thursday, and she said, no, the cops just are here, and the DCF lady just pulled up. And I was like, or just left, because that's why I got upset, because she gave her my name and number. And I was like, okay, so the DCF just left and you made your report and everything. Are you sure you don't make it the boys? She's like, no, I'm just going to calm them down and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I saw her the next day. And usually when I wake up, I text her, good morning, honey, when you coming? Because she found me on a website. I said, hey, I'm a single mom trying to earn extra money. Can I babysit? She reached out to me. That's how we know each other. Okay. So I've known her for a little over a year, because I babysat for her before I got pregnant. Then it was too much, so I quit on her, and she had a couple sitters in between, and then rehired me again about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. So that's our backstory. I don't know her ex-husband until now. The only reason I know her ex-husband is because he picks up on Thursdays at the ballparks, because she has an injunction against the ex-husband named Joleen Cummings. And then the Jason G guy, I met him only twice. So I don't really know how really much else I can help, except
And then did you see her on Friday?
Yes, Friday morning. Okay, yeah, I guess Friday morning.
What time?
9:15. And I know exactly, because I actually have been, she doesn't pay me a lot being a single mom going through a divorce. She doesn't pay me a lot. So to calculate how much I'm technically getting per child, you just do that, and I added up the math, and she's a single mom. I'm trying to help her out. So anyways, she pays me, but usually she pays me half and half, but this day she paid me. She was on time, and she was not scatterbrained and crazy. She was calm, collective, kissed the boys goodbye, gave me my money, and that was it. And that was weird. Because typically my mom can hear her hurry up, boys, come on, let's go. And I'm not, again, trying to speak ill of her. It's just how she is. I'm a loud person, so I might sound different to others too, but she's constantly, let's go, I'm late, come on, boys, let's go. But this particular day, she was calm. So that was out of the ordinary to me. My mom didn't even know the boys were here. We talked about it, and I said, yeah, she acted funny. She was calm, polite, collective, just gave me my money and left. Like I said, she paid me once with a check. That was the boyfriend day. That was a weird day. And then she paid me the next week, like split pays. And she's always, I'll be there at 9:15, but it's always 9:30, 9:40, 9:55. I wrote it down because, like I said, I want to know the worth that I am for the hours because she has long hours. And I usually have her boys until 7 p.m. So that's 9 in the morning to 7 p.m., you know, and you only get a set amount of payment. So again, I help her out, and that's pretty much all.
Did she pay you in full?
Yes, $120.
And she usually pays you?
She usually pays me, like, one time it was like ones, fives. It was out of her tip money, which she explained to me when we first got back to working together that I wanted my money on Friday because she wanted to pay me the next week. And I said, no, I'm not watching your kids a full week and then you pay me. You pay me on that Friday. So that's why she's like, well, I'll pay you my tips the best I can. So I worked with her. You know, she's a sweet girl.
Did you see her anymore after 9:15 on Friday?
PM or AM. No, but she communicated with me and asked if Jason got the boys. I said yes, and that was it.
What was the last time you communicated with her via text or phone call?
I will look.
Sure.
Because I can tell you exactly.
And be sure not to delete any of those text messages.
I have not. I definitely have not. Here we go. She texted me Friday at 6:19 p.m. I have a lawyer. DCF is no longer allowed to contact me. They have to contact my lawyer. I forgot about that. And I said, oh, okay, nice. She said, yep, the whole point, I got into it today. So I said, nice. That was it.
And she said who she got into it with?
No, actually, and it doesn't dawn on me that even meant anything until now.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I knew her birthday was Sunday.
What phone numbers did that text come through on?
Hers, the 904-236-8372.
That was about 6:15 Friday night.
And
15 hours.
6:39 p.m. She said, yep, whole point, I got into it today.
Okay.
And then I texted her happy birthday, not knowing any of this until her mom, and it's actually a mutual friend, reached out.
Did she answer that text?
No.
You text her happy birthday?
No.
What time was that text sent?
10:55 a.m.
Next morning on Saturday?
On Sunday morning.
I didn't go to bed, Terry. What do you mean?
Her boys,
What
I
am I?
babysit them, and we did a Mother's Day project for her. So I was actually going to say, hey, happy birthday, can we meet up? I was going to give her what the boys made her, I made them little handprints, and she never answered. Then I found all this happened, and for some reason I left the house. I don't remember why, but I went to her house, knocked on the door just to see.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody answered. Okay. So I left out. So if someone said they saw somebody knock, it was me. I went and just to see.
Do me a favor and fill out this information
Oh,
here. Please
okay.
print your first, middle, and last name, date of birth, just an F here for sex, and
What is it in your computer?
race just a W. We need your present address, include city and state zip code. We need a good contact number, and I'll just write on here, see recording.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfect.
Would you mind if we looked at her text?
I stupidly did delete our messenger text, but I only did that because she wouldn't have constant service. So to be able to get a hold of her, I needed her actual phone number. But what sucked is my phone doesn't always get text. So I was like, crap. She couldn't get my messengers. I couldn't get her text. So I was kind of repeating myself on
Tanny, I don't even know how to say your name. I'm going to call you G, okay?
So I would text
Thank
her
you,
and say,
G. Yeah, I'm going to do a
but
bit,
she would only
yes, a
answer me via
denoising thing.
text. So that's how I would get a hold of her.
And on Friday, when she says, hey girl, has he got the boys? And you said, yes ma'am. Okay, cool. Was she talking about Jason G or Jason
her ex-husband, Jason.
I'm glad you found us,
He's the only one that
G.
I'll
We were
understand
waiting
why
for you
she-
before.
If Jason G came up there, I wouldn't have, because I know that the dad has custody from Friday till Monday morning, because that's what Joleen told me.
If you're still here listening, type a 1.
Well, there was one time
Because Terry's saying everybody left. And Terry
thinks
thinks I'm chopped liver.
She ended up not being able to communicate with her sister, so I dropped them off to her parents, Ann Johnson.
I'm right here, Terry. Yeah, I'm running the show over here. I'm not leaving.
I mean, that's all really speculation.
Yeah, but they need to know.
Because a lot of people are probably just listening, Terry, right now when I'm playing something. They're probably vegging out.
Be important.
Why? It was funny because at the time, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was some idiot saying, "Hey G, hey G." That's how he answered the door. Like, you're an idiot, you know. We're 30-something years old. You're talking like this, you know. And he's like, "The babysitter's here, dude." I was like, "Okay, weird." I have no idea who this guy is. Couldn't even pick him out of the lineup if I tried, because I just kind of looked and I was like, I thought this man who answered the door was Jason G. Well, some guy walks around the corner and he went, "Are you the babysitter?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Tanya?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, this is for you." And he handed me the check that I was talking about. And this was the first time she'd ever paid me this way. And in my mind, he was really fidgety and really like, I think he was using. I've seen it before. I've used before. I've been clean for 5 years. I know. So I got my mommy hair stood up. I didn't understand why she would. Honestly, I came home and I said, I don't understand why she would allow those two boys in with two dudes who look like they're thugs. Because I was like, he was like, hey G, but I didn't know his last name was G. So really, in my head, I thought, well, he's a thug, you know.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
She's whatever. I met another boyfriend of hers, so I just thought, okay, whatever. She's that type, you know, the type who has to have a boyfriend, I guess. Well, then the next encounter we had. Well, that was a weird one too. She specifically told me to go pick up the boys from her boyfriend. And I said, text him and let him know I'm coming. She's like, no rush, no rush. That's actually all in there too. If you go back, and it was like two weeks ago. So I was like, okay, so I get there and I knock on the door. No answer. No sounds, because they're two boys. They're really loud boys. They run. No answer. So I bang on the door a little bit louder, a little bit longer. Instead of 3 knocks, I did like 6. Still no answer. So I go back to my car because I left my phone in there and the baby was in there. So obviously I didn't go but to the porch. And I wasn't going any farther, so I got my phone. Right as I was about to text Joleen, hey, does he know I'm here? I see Braden all the way at the other end of the trailer banging on the window, waving at me. He's banging and waving. And I was like, hi, buddy. I was like, come here. So I go back up to the door, knock again, still no answer. And I'm like, I just saw the child. So then I went boom, boom, and I banged like I was a cop. And then I heard, oh, hey, what's up? I didn't know you were coming. And this is Jason G. And I was like, well, I told her to text you. And she, oh, okay, cool, you're here to get the boys. And I'm like, yep. So I stood on the porch because he invited me in. I said, no, my baby's in the car. And he said, all right, cool. So he kind of left the door shut, but I opened it. And I was like, have they eaten breakfast? Oh, no, I don't think so. I was just about to heat them up some hot dogs. I was like, okay, well, she usually packs their lunch. You know, I have the door open. He's like, I said, she usually packs their lunch for me. Oh, okay, I'll just throw the hot dogs in a bag for you. And he literally threw the hot dogs and a half a loaf of bread and gave me the boys, and I left. So that was my 2 weird interactions with this strange guy who, in my opinion, I wouldn't leave a boyfriend like that with my kids, but that is an opinion.
Right.
Because my mommy hair stood up, and I just didn't like that there was 2 men. And that's in there too, because my mom has radiation, and I told her a stipulation to watching the boys is I had to go and watch her boys at her house when my mom's in her quarantine, because she can't be around anybody, animals, human, anybody, all of us. So I texted her on like a Thursday, just a reminder, and she forgot. No, this was Wednesday, and she forgot. She drops the boys off. My mom had radiation, and my mom just stayed in her room. Well, the next day, I'm off on Thursdays, was Thursday, and I said, hey, don't forget I'm coming to your house tomorrow, which was Friday. All this is documented. She's like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, because I'm going to bring the baby. What time do you want me there? 9:15, since that's when you tell me you're going to be at my house. Do you want me at your house at 9:15? Yeah, that's all good. So I get up next morning, no answer. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? Do I need to come to your house? Finally, I just drove to her house. She is literally hauling out, screaming at her daughter Kylie to go get some box that she was supposed to get. I don't know, a project or something. They go to different schools. And I was just standing there like, whatever, and she threw the bag at me, threw the money in here. Here's your money, blah, blah, blah. Boys, get in the car. And like I said, she's constantly like this scatterbrain.
Her daughter, Kylie, she doesn't have a daughter.
Not in control woman. Shuts the door, and hauls off. Okay. So the boys are just standing outside, so I go to the door, and it's locked. So I text her, what is going on? Why isn't Kylie in school? And why is your door locked? Some boy threatened her at school to shoot her in the chest, so she was taking Kylie to school personally that particular day. Again, this is all documented.
She has a daughter, Kylie?
And I said, well, did you forget I'm supposed to watch your boys at your house? No response all day. So I had to go to the park. I stalled, went to the library, went on a walk, did what I could to stay away from the house, my mom's house, because I had nowhere to go. And while my son was hungry, I had no dishes because I didn't pack to be at someone else's house. I packed to be at her house to use her dishes to feed my kids and stuff. So I called my mom and I said, Mom, I'm sorry. And I showed her my text saying that she never responded back to me. And she was like, come home. She felt horrible that I was out about. And so, that's kind of what I mean by that Friday. She was really calm and collected, and everything in life seemed great when she's usually not like that. And it's always one thing or another, or I'm late, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm this, So at first, I thought this was all, not a joke, but maybe she did some drugs and had a long, bad hangover, but no, there's something wrong. There really is something
If you
wrong.
would fill out that information form so we can take that with us.
Yep.
We've got a lot of other people interviewing.
Oh, crap, I mixed it up.
I bet you do. She knew.
Okay, that's the end of her interview. Now, this is interesting, okay? These are notes that she wrote in that Jennifer, what's her name? Jennifer Kimberly Kessler. These are court sealed. And this is from 2017, July 19th. Fast for blessings of safety and peace from God. No harassment. Stalked, cursed, hex, voodoo spell. Disease, blah, 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 blah. Start fast Tuesday. Okay, then she puts Mayport busy. Government closed, naval port down. Then we go to October 8th, 2017. Hotel notes, 8/10/2017, between 5:45 and 6:15. Super bright flash camera, equal to toll violation camera flash. Very, very bright. Seems somehow flashed in my vehicle, inside the vehicle. Courtyard Marriott, Fernandina Beach. August 8th, 2017. 5 knocks on my window at a loft. Then police came with sirens blaring, but police didn't come to my vehicle. I think maybe police said no to whoever called them on 9/6/17. Wednesday, Embassy Suites, Chelsea's. Do not go back. Punk guy girl cleaning under my vehicle. Guess he thought damp rid was an adult diaper. What? Dirty looks. 4 Point Sheridan, same. Manager woman in parking lot staring at my vehicle 1 to 2 minutes after pulled in back lot. 9/17/17. Motel 6 extended. White-haired skinny addict from room 103 next to office, probably office manager, trying to break into my vehicle. 6:35 to 6:45. Correction. He knew I was in the vehicle. Would drug kill me, take my belongings? Then the little punk called security on me. I reacted to the punk attempt at murder and larceny on me. God, thank you, God, you woke me up to the Slim Jim and his keys banging on my vehicle. Residence Inn, Beach, Wednesday, 9/13/2017, 5 to 5:30. Flashlight trying to see in vehicle. Also doing something in rear of vehicle. Shaking vehicle. Sleep paralysis. Reminds me of GPS stalker. Did the same thing in Tallahassee apartment complex by Target. Heard a lot of conversations in the parking lot. Prior to all this, who stands next to my vehicle in the middle of the night having conversations? Tuesday, 9/19/2017. FB Library Public. PL, someone, Navy SEAL, took a picture of my license plate at night. Friday, 9/29/2017, 8:44 a.m. FB Church Street parking. Around corner library. Woman, short bob cut, greasy hair, glasses in shorts. Hold on a minute. What's going on with my stream? Hold on. I want to make sure this is showing. Okay. Something was scary. Woman, short bob, cut gray hair, glasses, in shorts, intermittently staring at me and hiding behind the door. No Christian principles there. Wow. Okay. 12/10/2017. KB, MB, GB. Kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, kil, MG. 10/30/2017. Brandon Pest Control. Do tenting. Okay. 10/11/2017. Charmed. Season 2, Episode 16. Luck of Irish. August 19th, 2017. Panhandle legal in Alachua County. 4/27/2016 last year. Solomon, wisest man ever in hell because he forsook God's law. Nothing and no one is above God's law. God said, do not take foreign wives. Their foreign gods will lead your heart astray. He did, they did, an idol worship. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, and the wisest man the world has ever known is in hell. Intellectual superiority is an idol, putting one's own opinion over God. Okay. 12/21/17. Thursday, ran Moto Baby. 12/1/2017, ran Moto Baby. What? It ran Moto. Okay. 7/18/2017, roughly 3:45 p.m. Tuesday. Somebody redacted in my face saying, it's a joke. It's a joke. You take a joke? Then he runs back to a short, scraggly beard, little guy, snickering laugh. Note to self, cowardly Satanists, apologize to me. 12/22/2017. God bless. May Jesus use him mightily. Hallelujah. Amen. Then she says, someone asked where I was parking because they've been hunting me. Big blowout. 12/24/2017. They lied. Said they'd only been in Florida for 3 months in September, but their plate says 11/17 plate renewal, St. Johns County. They are deadly. Expired plate tag. Said daughter is in Raleigh area. SD daughter born and raised in Dunedin, Florida. I know Dunedin, Florida very well. Mayo Clinic, Davis Building, Recreational Activity Director. Well, there's that Mayo Clinic. That's that guy that she lived in. Okay. 1/19/2018. Carbon monoxide detector from storage. Call prices to fix windshield. Store. Rubber cement. John's barbershop. Wash vehicle. Someone Prince had love for. Orphan windows. The poor and the oppressed. Okay, now let's see. Principles of faith. Healed my ears. Defeated gluttony. You and your wife fast and pray. Okay. What happened here? The couple did all of the above, and the rebellious daughter turned into a grade A student that now attends an Episcopal girls' boarding school, and they rate her as a perfect little lady. The witch grandmother did laundry. The blue t-shirt was in the wash, and she was remarkably changed for the better. Something showing for location on computer. Public Library, Fernandina Beach, Florida. A.D. Less hacked into my Nassau County Library card. Abominations. Okay, then Luke. There was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen. Okay, she's going on and on and on about here. Let's see. Okay, that's all scripture. Be with Melvin book, A Land Unknown, Hell's Dominion. Okay, this is all scripture. Scripture. Okay, then look at this. Days before the murder, 5:14. Joleen. I think Vicky wants to get rid of me because I'm not bringing in any money. Then look at this. This is on April 21st. Parenthrum is also the name of the natural insecticide made from the dried flower heads of chrysanthemum. Then she has on April 29th, Bad Food, Woody's Again, Friday, May 11th. Shitey Shites. Woody's 2 times, last being 5/7. Fallin' food like knife in stomach ever since. Actually painful to touch bladder area, skin outside. Intermittent sharp pain shooting up through stomach. 4/27/2018. Hemlock at Woody's barbecue. Shite everywhere and stomach churning like hemlock. Minnesota. Saturday, 4/28/2018. Bad Walmart deli food. Wings, jalapeno cream cheese, and fake mozzarella sticks. Check this out. I burped and vapor-like smoke came out of my mouth and nose like the exhale from a cigarette. Poison. Not to mention bad diarrhea. May 2018. KCA. In my dreams somehow. KCA. Astral project again, I guess. Dreams are peculiar. Demons in dreams. Between 4:11 and 4:24, told me all the things they tell all the people they sucker into their cult. You will have friends, life will be easy, no struggle, business and money will come easily. My biggest concern was I was outnumbered, and guess I feared for my life. In real life, I would never go for it. In the dream, I should have fought with Jesus rebuke you and fought physically, and if I perished, I perished. Regrettably, I did occult activity in dream crap. I repent and renounce it in Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen and hallelujah. This is all her here. All this came after a woman at church laid her hands on me. On Monday, a stalker erased video within hours of my watching it. A very important video, obesity post-mortem 2016 autopsy. This is about a month before she killed Joleen. Showed how deadly obesity, high blood pressure is. Last night, astral projectee Tony in dream. I was too bewildered in dream to handle as I wide awake in dream, just like when I was with him. horrible, crushing, controlling, hope to handle situation as though awake ASAP. Most importantly, no Tony there because I saw video obese post-mortem and he doesn't want me aware and healthy. 40-day fast. Remember how he wanted to know what my blood pressure and harassed me until I finally checked it in front of him? He was happy like he found a treasure for himself, not at all happy for me. Just like Joseph, mom with the knee. Black man looking demon said, we can't get close to you. You have too many angels around you. I am usually in some dumbfounded state in dreams, and if woken up, always wish I had promptly and relentlessly rebuked them in the name of Jesus. Prior to sleeping, I had prayed that I have angel come and strengthen me like one did for Jesus, but I pray for way more holy angels. GPS stock notes. Monday. No more sad storage parking. Official said, oh well, God bless that nice young man. He is doing his job. Nightmares after parking near a Masonic temple. 5/3/2018. That's 9 days before she kills Joleen. Thursday, 10:20 p.m.ish. Member B, creepy scum buddy, parked in a favorite spot, was out of his way, looking my direction, then circled around me, and all this just after evil laugh dude, this AM. Probably should not go, but not sure where to also. I brought up scumbag yesterday just before putting in my drink, asked me if I saw our old friend, then asked when I usually go to Walmart. 5 bad things happening in about 36 hours in less than 2 days. No good. 5/3/18, 4:25 a.m.ish. Little truck parked near me. Heard evil laugh like the one April 1st told me when she was in high school. 5/2/2018 Wednesday. Left area and put piss in cup. Joke kid put dirt in drink few weeks back. Not nice. 4/15/2018. There is a junior A fool hacker. Stalk City. Amazon. Okay, let's see here. She's writing all this stuff here. Let's see. Somebody East Tennessee. Father is a cross-eyed. Love truck stop. Main gang stalker pretending to be deaf. Security dude tripping on me in subway. Deaf. Couldn't hear me. Asked me if I needed a hearing aid. He called me rude, but he pretended he couldn't hear me and just said what he wanted. Then at 4 a.m. he harassed me, called me names, scratched my vehicle with his claw nails, trying to open up my door, shining a bright light inside. 3/19/2018. Morning, 1:30 to 4 a.m. Walmart, Fernandina Beach. Guy running his mouth and took video of my front of my vehicle, probably all of my vehicles. 7 a.m.ish. Creepy dude, same dude, smoking, waiting for me. Inside, open back of U-Haul, sizing me up. 3/9 to 3/10. Friday night, Saturday night morning, rest area guy acting crazy, driving circles around me. 8 to 10 p.m.ish. Then roughly 12:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. a helicopter landed on my vehicle. For real. Should have left when the rest area security acted stupid. Rest area security is BFF or members in same society, Masons with the low life pro thieves who scammed me out of $130 just before the helicopter landed with strange noise like they did something to my vehicle. Swoosh noises, then like an umbrella opening noise. Didn't think it could be a GPS attached with those noise, so I dismissed it. However, sound was done onto my vehicle. Friday, just quit job. Stalker rest area employee staring at me. Watched me park very close to me to watch me. Felt very uncomfortable, so went to truck stop far away. At favorite truck stop 2 days after a different incident, 2/8/18. Early Thursday a.m., 5 to 6:30 a.m., someone manually typing in my license plate in their phone, 6 beeps right behind my vehicle. Woke me up. Got up a little after 7 a.m. with a freaky window tint, black, old but nice, Suburban next to me with Masonic license plate. 2 weeks later, early Tuesday morning, between 3:30 to 4 a.m., Home Depot behind gate. Loud exhaust truck racing dangerously close and of course very loud behind my vehicle. Same D. I woke up saying out loud, "Oh no," in a panic. I thought I was in an accident from a loud truck. 1/23/2018, Tuesday early a.m., Home Depot behind gate. Loud exhaust truck shining super bright light in my eyes for a long time whilst I slept. They are stalking, plotting to kill me. Still hope to somehow make Home Depot work. 1/20/2018, technically 1/21/2018, Saturday to Sunday, actually 11 p.m. Saturday, 1/20. GPS switched out on my vehicle. Think perpetrator might be big brown truck nearby pulling big black utility trailer. Could have put my vehicle in trailer. Made my entire vehicle move. Waited until I was super deep sleep. Cast spell so I couldn't wake up to be coherent to address the stalkers. Truck stop, June 21st to June 22nd, 2 a.m. Scum stalker changed out GPS earth magnet on my vehicle. August 2nd, 2017, not sure, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Stalker changed out GPS earth magnet on my vehicle. Maybe 5 to 6 a.m. Racing truck engine just for me, right behind me in the ditch, tearing up the landscape grass. I thought I lost this arse clown. Think scum changed GPS on vehicle. Felt a dull thud bump. And she's asking Jesus to rebuke him. He usually ruins it for me whenever I am staying, complaining on me. When I made a city payment on my phone inadvertently, GC info to Junior Rstool, realized PH hacked. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay. Bald, older white male, wears glasses in a white Scion and a tow hitch, attempted vehicular homicide again. Friday after much telephone harassment. Our stool from different numbers all the time. Someone send reply to numbers, called one back, and woman screamed at me to stop effing calling me, and she hung up. Never had a call from that number before and only returned one. Sent a text to her. You called me first. I just returned your call, you stupid. See you next Tuesday. Then block number. Think wacko today was her Satanist. Our stool, flying monkey, biatch raced up on me, never hit me from the side swipe, then cut me off and jammed on the brakes. She did it twice, missed the biatch twice, as I, very unchristian, one finger wave. This Satanist was throwing her devil horns. Silver Lexus vehicle, Georgia plate, then tracking through my phone and located me to cause accident. I was praying Mel Novak's prayer at the time of the incident. Metal clanking noises and vehicle moving. Believed GPS was changed out on vehicle. Now she's back to 5:16. This is after she killed Joleen. Prayer and fasting. Holy Spirit chooses 2 men for work. And when they had fasted and prayed and laid their hands on them, they sent them away. The scripture shows that fasting and prayer is necessary in all things and powerful. This is, okay, this is January. She says, no carb, fat, sodium, cholesterol. Then she puts a scripture from Luke. Then this is all scripture here. Then here, Wednesday, lots of calories, free food, only 3 vitamins, multi-E&D, 5/15/2018. This is after she killed Joleen. 40 calories, 32-ounce aloe vera juice, vitamins, Monday, 5/14/2018, 170 calories, 1 ounce of raw almond vitamins, 5/13, this is the day after she killed Joleen, 201 pounds with boots, 199 pounds in flip-flops. Monday, 5/7/2018, cycle class, some body pump, 100 squats, 12 lunge, 15 bench, 32 pounds, 25 SH press, 32 pounds, 25 height back, 25 try, 600 CR, 100 low abs, 6 miles on the bicycle, 200 pounds, thinking about carrot apple concentrate or maple syrup scoop, whey protein, 23 grams, banana, cinnamon, and cloves, 5/2/2018, cycle class, many calories, 3 PB&J on white bread, 2 ham, cheese, mayo, white bread, 3 woody mustard sauce, 6 lemon cream cookies, 8 cheese crackers. Tuesday, 5/1/2018, 199.4 cycle class, total 3,720 calories. Dick wing sauce made me sick. Please never eat there again. 4/30/2018, 200.4 pounds. After 8 ounces of coffee and bathroom, 200.6 pounds, 50 squats, 18 lunges, 25 or 50 bench, 45 bar, 50 shoulder fly, 8 pounds, 25. Okay, okay, she keeps going on about this. Free food for less fortunate, 2,200 calories, mostly protein. Then she has obesity, post-mortem, 2016 YouTube video autopsy, the realization for me, 4/2/2018, cycle RPM class, squats, yada, 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 blood pressure, got Promethean script, McDonald's, human flesh, blood, and bacteria, fungus that makes gums bleed immediately. Okay, let's see. Scabies spread to face and neck. Found 3 different parasites, leeches, face and back of leg, bed bugs and scabies on the wrist. Whoops day, church food, $1, Walmart yogurt, diarrhea. Told me no. Whoops day 2, $8, moderate exercise, 1,000 CR, 100 low abs, blah, 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 blah. Okay, $20 Publix gate headaches. Let's keep going here. Whoops. McDonald's needs fast break, addiction, DCT. Whoops, 8 Olive Garden. I don't know what the heck she has here. Okay, that's all that. That's craziness. Well, yeah, and that's a lot like before, a lot of that is before she killed her. She's really, I don't know what she's doing. It's nuts, those notes. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, I really want to find out what that Xylon Lozi says. What is Xylon Lozi? See, let's look at where's the car wash videos? Looking at the car wash. Hold on, I gotta put this in the other thing. Try it on the next thing. Hold on. Not that one. Hold on. Hold on, I've got to find the right player for this one. Ugh. Where's this one? There she is. Okay, where's the other one? What's with this? It's just a what is going on here? I don't know. Yes, let's go. That's not. It's, oh, this is her. Is that her bringing? No, that's not Jolene's car. It's not Home Depot either. It looks like Walmart. What is going on? What is going on? What happened to my video? Get out of here. Oh my goodness. Okay, get this out of here now. All right. Hang on a moment. Okay, let's see what else we got. What else do we have? Hold on. Nutso stuff, right? Let's see what else we got. Let's see if there's anything on Okay. All right, let's see what else. Let's see what else. I guess those are the front of front of the license plate. Okay. Export. We went in that one. All right. So who else do we have here? Chris Hill. We went to his. Connie Kessler. We listened to her. Cummings witness interview. Daniel Sawyer, did we listen to him?
Please. I'm going to record this very brief interview. Is that okay with you?
Yep.
All right. Mr. Sawyer, how old are you, please?
26, right?
Tomorrow you'll be. And you reside here at 20 Beach Walker Road. Is that with your parents?
Yep.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I have an internship right now at a robotics company.
All right. Is that down in Jacksonville?
Yep, that's in Jacksonville.
And I apologize for coming here this evening, June 15th, at approximately, at this point now, 5:25. But you, with your internship, you don't get home till sometimes after 5, correct?
Yep.
Now, how long have you had that internship?
I started just over a month ago now. The day after Mother's Day is when I started.
Okay, and if I told you by calendar that Mother's Day was on Sunday, May 13th of this year, would that sound right to you?
Yes.
In preparation for that internship, in preparation for the internship, did you undertake any preparation like for grooming?
I decided to treat myself to a haircut, which I normally cut my own hair, but since I was starting the internship, I figured I would try to look extra spiffy.
All right, and you also, this is not a cut, I'm jealous, but you also have a beard, correct?
I do.
All right, and were you going to have your beard trimmed as well?
Yep, I Googled haircut for Nandina and saw Tangles and called them and asked them if they did beards. And she said yes, and she also said that she had time right then, so I headed there.
All right, and I'm going to show you a document which purports to be a credit card receipt, and it's dated May 12th. Is that the day that you went and got your hair done at Tangles?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
As long as Mother's Day is the 13th, yes.
All right. And so it was like the day before Mother's Day?
Yeah, there's that Saturday.
All right. And when you called on the telephone, were you told you had to have an appointment, or were you told to come on?
No, she said she had opening right then, and I asked, like I said, I asked about the beards, and she said she does beards, so I headed there.
All right. Do you recall about what time that was that you called?
2:40, and I've actually looked in my phone, and it was exactly 2:40.
All right, so you called at 2:40, and then you headed there, getting there about a half hour later?
Yeah, I would say 3:05 to 3:10-ish.
Okay. When you got to Tangles, had you ever been there before?
Nope.
When you walked in the door, what did you see at that point in time?
I was greeted by a nice lady. She took me to the chair, and she was the only one I saw in there.
Could you describe her briefly?
Brown hair, average build, 5'10" maybe. I'm not great with exact physical descriptions, but no really defining features.
All right. Did she have long hair, short hair?
Long enough, definitely not very short.
Was it light colored, dark colored?
Dark colored.
Right. Do you remember her name by any chance?
I don't.
Let me ask you, have you seen that person or a picture of that person since?
I have. I saw a news briefing on the Tangles haircut incident or the missing person from there, and the person that I saw that had been taken into custody was absolutely the person that cut my hair.
Okay, so there's no mistake in your mind that that was the person that cut your hair?
That was, yeah.
And that was the person on the news that had been taken into custody?
Yep.
All right. Well, let me ask you and make sure, I have not shown you any photographs?
Nope.
Nobody from law enforcement or government has suggested that this person is a person that was of interest?
No, I heard about it, and it was a Facebook Live conference on the incident, and decided to Google it, and when I saw the picture of her, it was her.
All right. Now, at the point in time that you arrived at the salon, Tangles Hair Salon, you saw this person who is the person that cut your hair.
Yeah.
Did you see anyone else at the salon while you were there?
I didn't see or hear anyone else there. It was from the time I entered until I left, it was only me and her.
Okay. No even other customers?
Nope.
All right.
No one asking for an appointment, no one even called, as far as I can
I
remember.
gotcha. During the time that you were there, when she cut your hair and trimmed your beard, you were fairly close to her.
Yep.
Did you get a good look at her face?
Yeah.
Did she have any scratches, marks, anything on her face?
No visible scratches, no anything there, and I saw scratches later when I had Googled the incident, and she definitely did not have those scratches that she had in the picture there.
All right, so when you say you Googled lady, you're talking about the photos of her that were on the media?
Yep.
Gotcha. The shop itself was not in any way in disarray or things out of place to your knowledge?
No, it all looked clean, and there was nothing out of place that I can recall.
All right, and you paid by credit card?
Yep.
And I've showed you a credit card receipt, and you initialed in the back of it and put the date today. Is that your receipt?
It is, yep.
Now, it has the time stamp on it of 14/26, which would be 2/26. Does that seem correct to you?
That is impossible because I called at 2:40, so there's no way that matches up. Like I said, I couldn't have gotten there till at least 3. It takes about 25-30 minutes to get there from my house, so.
All right, how long would you reckon that you were there getting your hair cut and beard trimmed?
Probably about 20 minutes, maybe 25. 15 to 25. I'm not sure on an exact amount of time, but.
Okay. So if I were to hypothesize that this receipt was an hour off, and if it were an hour off, if the time was really about 3:26, would that sound closer to the correct time?
That would sound very much closer to the correct time.
All right. Can you recall anything unusual about your conversation or anything of that nature?
No, I mean, we just kind of chatted. I mentioned that I was happy that they did beards, and she mentioned that she had been cutting her boyfriend's beard since he was very young, and we just kind of joked about beards, and then I talked about where I was going to be working, or what I was going to be doing, not necessarily where I was going to be working.
Okay. And then you paid $23. You tipped her $4, but
Yep.
$23, that amount is correct?
Yep.
Okay. When you left, did you see anybody coming in or leaving?
Nope.
Can you think of anything else unusual that might have happened, or anything else about this incident?
No.
I don't have any other questions, believe it or not. And the time now is 5:32. I thank you for the time, and that will conclude this interview.
Okay, so let me just look at something real quick here. I want to look at, hold on a minute. What do I want to look her up as? Right here. Okay. All right, there was, she apparently ate a pound of meat with her hands. Okay, let me go back here. It also says she had a strange meeting at there's this iPhone browsing section. Let's see what this says. Emery and Henry Bing. Emery and Henry. Yep. Wait a minute. Emo and Henry. Oh my gosh, I wonder if she read my blog. It's Emo and Henry. That's crazy. Valentino Rossi, Best, Salvation. Jennifer Seibert, Bing. Jennifer Seibert, Facebook. Search. Jennifer Seibert, My Life. Jennifer Marie Seibert, St. Petersburg. Valentino Rossi, penalized for causing Marquis crash, autoblog. Where are the Hayden boys? Nikki Hayden murdered, Casey Stoner, Thomas Hayden, Roger Lee Hayden, Nikki Hayden dead, former MotoGP World Champions brother, Roger Hayden, Nikki, my brother, our story wasn't supposed to end like this, motorcycle service repair, Premier Hair Studio, Craigslist jobs. Dive bars, best 10 dive bars. Rest in peace, Marco Simoncelli. Barbecue chicken wings, nutritional information, how many calories in 2 ounces of Rance. Biaggi Moto Racer. Max Biaggi seriously injured. What is psychosis? Amphetamine-driven psychosis, effects of methamphetamine on brain, meth psychosis, Facebook settings, David Trempis, Facebook search, David Trempis, Facebook search. Wait, I have a David Trempis on here, don't I? Hold on a minute. Pretty sure I have a David Trempis on here. That name is very familiar. Where's Jennifer Gallup? We'll have to see who she is. Line cook, methamphetamine. Why do addicts tie off arm? Injecting advice, how to use a tourniquet. Stack bob, stack of short bob, short A-line stacked bob. Online banking. Bodybuilder Rich Piana dead at 46. I Feel Pretty reviews. BBC Radio. I Feel Pretty Rotten Tomatoes. I feel pretty soundtrack. Adderall, Ritalin addiction. Adderall, Ritalin, addictive effects of meth, Adderall and Ritalin. Joanne Coupon, Retail Me Not. Homeless friendly state. Define paranoia. What is charged for throwing excrement in jail? Inside the Shite House, the prison unit where troubled inmates throw feces at guards. Gassing, prison slang. Inmate charged with throwing feces at Cook County jail guard. This is the body of Christ. Clean meth houses. Clean meth houses of toxicity. Are you living in a former meth lab? My home was a former meth lab. How to clean a meth house. St. Peter's Parish, Fernandina Beach, church services, St. Peter's Parish, Club 14 Fitness 24-hour gym, Amelia Island. Bryn Mawr, how did you get the name? You searched for Todd, Cycle Class, Home Depot, Lem Turner, Jacksonville, Florida, heroin, fentanyl, death, skyrocket. Florida heroin, fentanyl death skyrocket. Fentanyl, USA, which state uses most? America's new deadliest drug is fentanyl. Fentanyl, USA. What is fentanyl? Drug links to thousands of deaths in North America. Log into Facebook. Fentanyl, drug overdose, CDC, injury center. Fentanyl, which state uses most? Massachusetts ranks second most common place to find fentanyl. Okay, a bunch of stuff's about fentanyl here. Fentanyl overdose, corpse images, death by detox. Pinterest, a bunch of Pinterest stuff. Postmortem changes, Pinterest. Let's see what we have here. Murderpedia, the Encyclopedia of Murderers, Florida Female Murderers, Melissa Webb, Murderpedia, Leslie Wallace, Victimpedia, Never Forgotten, First Florida Credit Union, Banking with Citibank, Facebook, Christian movies, Illuminati card game, got the Illuminati here, drug overdose, broadcast schedule for May, list of fermented foods, how to make homemade sauerkraut, baking with City, Mary Kay Baxter today, Craigslist, Fernandina, Tangles Salon reviews, Stylist, Jacksonville, Florida, Tangles Salon, Tangles Hair Salon. Log into Facebook, Tangles, Florida Missing Endangered Persons Search, Florida Missing Persons and Unsolved Cases. Oh boy. MEPIC alert results, missing person, Nassau County Sheriff's Office, missing person, photos, Nassau County deputies searching for missing woman. Okay, missing person, Joleen Cummings, I have vanished. Parents try to renew interest in the case of missing student Orlando Sentinel. Joleen Cummings mugshot, Florida arrest. Ex-boyfriend, a person of interest in disappearance of Nassau. Mother 34 reported missing after she didn't pick up her kids. Mother 34 reported missing. Career source, Northeast, library hours. Define, carousing, best fish antibiotics, best tropical fish supply store, BioReef Aquarium, Joleen Cummings missing mom's SUV found in parking lot. Joleen Cummings missing mom SUV found in parking lot. Nassau County mother missing after failing to pick up kids on Mother's Day. Mother 34 reported missing. Joleen Cummings recent developments. Jolene keeps doing that. Amberly Craig on Twitter says G was found in Hillard near wooded area. Joleen Cummings, all this stuff on Joleen Cummings. Google search Joleen Cummings. She just keeps searching it. My death space, Joleen Cummings was supposed to be in Hillard on Sunday. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office conducts SWAT. Daughter, father, victims in town center. Joleen Cummings, nothing but Joleen Cummings. Oh my gosh. Joleen Cummings missing. All this on Joleen. She's been missing since Sunday. The new information that could shed light on the cold case. Nothing but Joleen. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, that's crazy there. Yeah, we've got a lot to go through. Let me see. Where the heck are you guys? There you go. Hair pet incident, rotisserie chicken. Well, I don't know. I've got to see what kind of meat she ate. A pound of it. Hold on a second. And that guy was her husband. Yeah. Yeah, it says here, it says, okay, and a former boss said Kessler once ate a pound of beef using only her hands when she worked at Woody's Barbecue in Fernandina Beach. As you can see, this is very strange. As you can see, she is definitely running from something. Kessler, oh wow, this is crazy. What the heck? Here, listen to this. 74-pound Kimberly Kessler yells curses during competency hearing. Kessler, the woman charged with killing her coworker at a hairstyling studio in Yulee, cursed and yelled Monday at her hearing, set to decide if she's competent to stand trial. Trial judge James Daniel is also asked to rule on an emergency petition by the Nassau County Sheriff's Office asking for permission to force Kessler to eat and accept medical care. The petition filed by Sheriff Bill Leeper said Kessler is trying to kill herself by starvation. Leeper asked a judge for guidance, saying jail medical staff members do not have the necessary resources to force feed the woman who the court was told has been refusing to eat. Because a judge in March found Kessler competent to stand trial, the sheriff's office is asking for a precedent-setting ruling from the judge. As written in the petition, petitioners have no lawful means to prevent Kessler's suicide by starvation without intervention of the court. At Monday morning's hearing, Kessler's third addressing her competency, she was removed from view after she yelled an expletive about the public defender's office. On the Zoom hearing, Kessler could still be heard yelling and cursing in the background. A deputy came back and told the court that Kessler did not want to be represented by the public defender. Screw the public defender's office, she could be heard saying. Daniel said he would not grant Kessler a change of lawyer. Dr. Louis Legume, a psychologist from Palataka who has examined Kessler, testified that she has free-ranging psychosis. Then Florida State Hospital psychologist Graham Danzer, who has not examined her, said he would need to see her several times to make a determination of her mental state. Okay. Nassau Jail Captain Paula DeLuca testified that Kessler refused to eat, cussed at, and made demeaning remarks to corrections officers, medical staff, and doctors. DeLuca said Kessler's weight has dropped from 196 pounds to 74 pounds. She's on suicide watch and has rubbed feces on herself and on the windows. DeLuca said that she was dismayed when Kessler heard the hearing was approaching and went on a binge eating spree over the weekend, including multiple peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Later in the hearing, a different deputy informed the judge that Kessler was acting out behind bars while listening to the proceedings, taking off her clothes and smearing feces on the jail window. The hearing ended at about 11 a.m. and Judge Daniel is expected to rule later. After the hearing, Ann Johnson, Joleen Cummings' mother, issued the following statement. Justice delayed is justice denied. We must proceed with the trial. As long as there is no justice, we do not have closure. Jolene's remains have not been found and justice has not been served. Joleen was taken from us so tragically on May 12, 2018. No answers equate to our family's daily torture. I will keep pursuing justice until justice is served. We just need answers and we need some type of closure. We are all grieving. Joleen's 3 young children will never again, she did have a daughter, will never again hear their mother's voice or see her beautiful face, whom they so adored. Every single day, Joleen is on our minds. Joleen will be forever in our hearts, and I will be Joleen's voice for justice. I never thought I could imagine other families' pain of the murdered with no closure. Now I feel it all. Sadness, anger, fear, pain, and an empty hole in our hearts. For the families of murder victims, our grief never ends. Please continue to pray without ceasing for Joleen's remains to be found. Pray without ceasing for justice to be served. Godspeed for Judge Daniel to make the right decision. Thank you to the Nassau County Assistant State Attorney Donna Thurston. Keep up the fight for justice for Joleen. Thank you to Judge Stephen M. Falgren. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Justice will be served. Justice for Joleen. They still haven't found her remains.
Disturbing new details about murder suspect Kimberly Kessler. She's accused of...
Okay, let's see now. Kessler had a 3rd mental evaluation. The results were sealed. On Monday, the judge will hold a 3rd competency hearing. Someone there that is decompensating and has mental health issues, it's really hard for them to sustain a hunger strike like what she's doing, said Dr. Justin D. Arianzo.